Yeah, good morning, good morning. For some reason, I'm loving this song. Alstead John, good morning, Papi. You and the entire household. Good morning, Granny. Miss Lyra, Miss Ann, Miss Jemmy Peters, good morning. Sharon and Keith Berkeley. Mr. Dawson Gibbs and family. The Alexander family right in the middle there. Yeah. Good morning to you, Rita, and the family next door. The Ranger family, good morning. Superintendent Arthur Reno and family, good morning. Margot, how you doing? The folks on Bottom Pearls, good morning. Cheryl and Simon and Al Ryan. Yeah, Dwayne. Morning. Pearls, good morning. Janice, you good? Nice. Auntie Allman, Helen, good morning, all you too. Nice. I love that guitar track on that. That's the best way to go, eh? Pastor Laurie and the members of the congregation of the Westerhall New Testament Church of God, good morning to you all. This is Women's Month, so we're supporting the women right through. Bishop George Fletcher and family, good morning. Nixon, how you doing? Neela, Nicole, Jada, Jaden. What's the youngster's name again? I'm forgetting his name. Oh my goodness. Nonetheless, good morning. Birch Grove. Auntie, good morning to you. Yeah, you're nice? Tell Stella I say good morning. Mr. Balwanton family, good morning. Morning, Papi. The folks at Mellows Entertainment Center. Mellows, good morning. Bylands. All you good? Miss Dawn, what's up? It's 26 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's that time again. Just to sing for you. I walk with Jesus. I talk with Jesus. Yeah. I stay with Jesus. I pray with Jesus. Love you, Lord. Mr. Clifton Paul and the folks out there in Rose Hill in St. Patrick. Good morning to you all. Satez, good morning. How do you do? Riva Sally, Latas, Nedra, my sister, how you do? You good? You and the entire home circle. Solomon and the guys, good morning. Nice, Bathway. Pastor Dave King, good morning to you and my mom, Mrs. Catherine King, yeah? Nice. Good morning. Gogo, good morning to you also. It's 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's get with the program. Nice. The word of the day, it is an action word today. It's a doing word. It's a verb. It's the word phase. Phase. F-A-Z-E. Some folks say Z. F-A-Z-E. Now, to phase someone is to disturb their composure. Yeah, simple as that. To disturb their composure. Phase is therefore synonym to disconcert and daunt. Yeah. It's simple. To disturb someone's composure. Yeah? So here's how we can use the word. My grandfather was a solid individual who was not easily fazed by life's troubles. I am unfazed. In recent times, I see clearly the enemy is out for me, but I am unfazed by it because you know what? He who is within me is greater than he who is within outside there in the world. You know what I'm saying? So go away all you want. Do all you want. I'm unfazed. Yeah, that's how we use the word phase. And to disturb someone's composure. Alright? Nice. Good morning to the folks inside of Calivini and Wester Hall. Marvin and family, Yvette and the entire home circle out there in Old Wester Hall, Stone Road, we call up there. Good morning. You must make a song. Melvin, good morning. Melvin and everybody else, good morning. And Mr. Isaac and family up there as well. Good morning to you, Papi. Nice. The folks inside of Beaton, good morning. Nakita and Tanti Gladys Paul. Shirin, good morning. Azaria and my girl Noraya. You know what I'm saying? Good morning to you. Mommy Sylvie and the folks across there, good morning. Good morning, Powder Boy and everybody. Alright, let me stop, otherwise I'll have to call everybody in Grenada. And somebody said to me, what day is that? What happened? You know everybody in Grenada? Well, boy, I am a Grenadian. You know what I'm saying? Nice. Good. Laura Lands, good morning. Now, the thought of the day, and this one is for Nadisha as always. And I met Alwyn yesterday, and he says that I don't say hi to him, but Alwyn, you know that is not true. Whenever I come to the thought of the day, I always say good morning to Cafe and everybody in Cafe, and then I come and say good morning to Nakita and Ryan and the Sanderson family, and then I come up to Bacolet and say good morning to Kitty Cat and Alwyn and the family of this. So, Papi, don't try that. You ain't listening. Nonetheless, bro, life is tough, but we were made tougher. Remember that, yeah? Good morning to Dad. Joe, how you doing, Papi? Trouble in the camp again, yeah? Problems, boy? Miss Annie, good morning to you and the entire home circle. Curti, Kala, everybody, Daniel, Delia, everybody, good morning. All right, the thought of the day. A human being can survive almost anything as long as she sees the end in sight. But depression is so insidious and it compounds daily that it's impossible to ever see the end. That's reality. You know, you cross one hurdle and right as you clear it, another one pops up, and most times it's taller than the one that you just jumped over. But we are tough. We were made of more. Yeah. A human being can survive almost anything as long as it sees the end in sight. There must be some light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes your tunnel becomes elongated. When you think you know you're at the end of the tunnel, then all of a sudden you see another phase of the tunnel. But you have to have the perseverance to go through. You know, you gotta go through. Yeah, go through. Depression is so insidious and it compounds daily. Every day life is not going to get easier. What is important is that you have to learn to cope. You understand? It's not going to get easier. It's in the Bible. You know, it's not going to get easier. Yeah, but God doesn't always out the fires. Sometimes he makes you fireproof. That's the nice thing about it. Yeah, make me fireproof. Put on the armor, the whole armor of me, over me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let the arrows and the weapons and them bounce off and go back to the senders. Oh my goodness, it's 20 minutes on to 7. Dorian, good morning. My co-worker is on the other side, but good morning to you and your family out there in Corinth. Good morning, Corinth. Mr. Brave Boy and your team. Yeah, Corinth, good morning, Max and everybody. Nice. What's buzzing this morning? Well, I told you yesterday that the hunting season is open, and a set of people make a whole set of, sometimes I wonder. A lot of people major in the minors. And when I say that, I want to say good morning to Mr. Wendell Maxwell. He's the one that used that phrase to me the first time. Majoring in the minors. The hunting season is open, so you can now, from the 1st of October to the 31st of December, you can hunt the manikou, the tattoo, the iguana, the brahmi, and the monkey. Now, people make a whole halabaloo about, people had to tell people, don't put up sign, no trespassing. I mean, come on, duh. Auntie Elsa, good morning. Trev, how you doing? Sammy, Skeeter, Poddy, the grandchildren, good morning to you. Uncle Glide, and morning to Cassie, Kali, and Curti. Yeah, good morning, Kelshan also. Yeah, Kelshan Futo. I wonder if Kelshan's son him changed, boy. I know he got married, you know. Nah, the man son him don't change, right? Yeah, hunting season is open from the 1st of October to the 31st of December, all right? So please be guided accordingly. As I told you yesterday, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, well, I saw a video of him this morning meeting someone, a philanthropist in Qatar, a guy with no feet, and he's, you know, the Prime Minister is sitting with him, shaking hands and telling him what an inspiration he is to the world. All right, you'll see and hear more of that. So the PM is out until Friday, and in his absence, the Honorable Member for St. George's South, Honorable Andy Williams, is the acting Prime Minister. Mr. Williams, you know, me and you is best friend, you know, you're acting now, you know, I have to make things happen. You know, some folks will be thinking like that, eh? Yeah, Andy boy, Andy. Good morning, Andy, and your family. Yeah, the entire household, good morning to you. Nice. Now, strengthening cattle genetics through artificial insemination. That is the focus of moves being initiated by the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives to resuscitate the cattle industry. How about pigs too? Yeah, I'm not into cattle, I'm into pigs. Bring some. Right now, everybody's, you know, struggling to find a good serving boar. We want some good breed of, you know, bringing a mixture of the large white and the land race. A good proper mix. You know, so we can. I am still of the opinion that we can be self-sufficient in meat in Grenada. Yeah, check on the price of the feed, and everybody, well, not everybody, but we have farmers who are I love pigs, I love poultry, but the cost of feed, man, they're too high. You know, give us some concessions there, or open up the market, open up the sector so that we can bring in our own feed. You understand what I'm saying? You know, good morning to the folks at Caribbean Agro. I'm not beating up on you, but I'm just looking for what's the word? I'm looking to survive. You understand? It's difficult to do it on a large scale, and you know the price. I'm not questioning your quality. I'm not questioning your price. I'm just saying it's unaffordable at the moment. You know, we can't afford it. Now, the JUMP program, what is it? Now, having recognized the inconvenience faced by some students during the pandemic of not having access to internet service and therefore being deprived of digital learning opportunities, government has partnered with telecommunications service provider Flow to make a lack of access a thing of the past with the introduction of the JUMP program. We'll tell you more about that. All right, Simeon pleads guilty to manslaughter. Yes, Simeon pleads guilty to manslaughter. Pedmotas and David resident Ron Simeon has pleaded guilty to the indictable offense of manslaughter in connection with the unfortunate death of his brother approximately 3 years ago. The matter came up for arraignment at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday. So those are the stories buzzing. We do not have a guest this morning, so we have some time to talk. And again, before we get into the conversation, Mr. Amanda always calling with your device loud and telling me it's my device inside here. Fix your thing this morning. Yeah. Fix that thing, you understand? Yeah, fix that. Yeah, so we would try and make it as brief as we possibly can, get to the point, and let's have a good conversation this morning. You know, there are so many things to talk about, but sometimes people major in the minor. Good morning, Mary E. Banks. Right, Sharon Bartholomew says, good morning, everyone. It looks as if it's going to be a wonderful day out here in Northern Virginia. I hope so. Stapleton CPO, good morning. Kathy and Adams, good morning. Gordon, good morning. Grenada, special birthday wishes to... Hi, Zuri. Happy birthday to you, Zuri. Oh, my goodness, Zuri. You should be down here. Let us have a good oil down and thing. You know what I'm saying? But enjoy it. I know Kathy Ann and Kenneth and Solange, they're going to make it an exceptional one for you. So enjoy it. Happy birthday to you, Zuri. Yeah, your cousins and everybody in Grenada would join in and wish you a happy birthday. Catherine Phillips says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent, on this beautiful Tuesday. All right. Cheryl Lalji says, good morning. Sylvina Charles, Innocent, like you know everyone in Grenada, you is Mimi. No, I'm not Mimi, but I was related to her. All right. Maxine Belfont says, good morning, Brother Joseph. Thank you very much. And he also says, good morning, Grenada. All right. Good morning, Innocent, and everyone tuned in at this time. The word of God says, except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish. That's scary. Yulin Alexander says, good morning, Gordon. Good morning, Grenada. Karikopidi Matnik. Blessings to all on this terrific Tuesday. Have a wonderful, safe day, everyone from New York. Monty Young says, good morning. Good morning, Monty. Who is Monty Young now? All right. Someone here says on WhatsApp says, good morning, Mr. Gordon. When you're reaching Grand Mall, please say hello to Yvette Leslie, visiting from New York. Maybe she's sitting on her veranda eating sugar apples. Yvette, good morning to you. How are you? Hope you're doing fine. Don't eat all the sugar apples. Leave some for me, all right? Yeah, enjoy your visitation right here. Someone says, good morning, Innocent. I want to applaud the group of persons doing the cleanup on Lothers Lane. I traversed there yesterday morning and will be traversing there again to drop off my children to school. And in the height of traffic, they are there doing a magnificent job. The drivers cooperated very excellent with the lady managing the traffic. Hats off to them. I'm imploring motorists to continue cooperating with them because the place must be cleaned up and overhanging cut. The truck picking up the debris, driver, you are really great, and the way you parked to do your thing, kudos to you. It's been a very long time that area needed a thorough facelift. Yeah, I saw them yesterday morning and sure they were doing really, really, really great. Good morning to Red Bull and the team out there in Mount Agnes for that cleaning up campaign that you all have been doing voluntarily. You know, it's so good to see the community coming out and doing their due. Folks, we got to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the weather forthcoming. See you on the flip side. Those of you on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. See you on the flip side of 7.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you run, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening, this is GBN's News at 7. Moving forward with a new format is the term used by officials at the Housing Authority of Grenada as they outline the process for successful candidates of the Chinese low-income houses in Corinth, Beausejour, St. Patrick, and Carriacou. Lena Pierre-Thomas has more.
The Housing Authority of Grenada has initiated the next step in the distribution of 1,000 units that were gifted to the government of Grenada through the Housing Authority by the People's Republic of China. The low-income houses, which are located in Corinth, Beausejour, St. Patrick, St. Mark, and Carriacou, are valued at over $117 million. According to the chairman of the HAG, Hugh Thomas, successful candidates were notified at the start of this week. He explained that the process for obtaining the units is different from the past distributions, as persons will have to pay for the units upfront through a loan or cash.
We are asking people to do one of two things. Come, if you have the full amount, you could come to the Housing Authority and buy straight from the Housing Authority. If you don't, then you will need a loan from any of the financial institutions. The Housing Authority of Grenada contacted the financial institutions before, and they are on board, and they're eager and they're willing they are going to be offering loans. We had suggested at 3%, and it will go from maybe between 3 and 5%.
The 2-bedroom units are said to be at a market value of over $200,000, while the 1-bedroom units are valued at over $100,000. Candidates are required to purchase the 2-bedroom units at $73,000 and 1-bedroom apartments at $55,000. Individuals who fail to obtain a loan or funding for the units will automatically forfeit the apartment, which will be offered to someone else who applied. Giselle Charles, accountant at HAG, further stated that in the first 2 years after distribution, the Housing Authority of Grenada will be responsible for the full maintenance of the buildings.
The authority will be required to install Homeowners Association by January of 2024. We will manage the security, repairs, and maintenance of the sites for the first 3 years. For a period not exceeding 2 years, any naturally occurring plumbing, electrical faults, mold, fungus, pop tiles occurring inside any unit shall be the expense of the Housing Authority. A
homeowner association is expected to be established by January 2024, and a secretariat has been established to answer all questions and arrange a viewing of the sites for candidates. Nichelle Beggs, marketing manager at the Housing Authority of Grenada, outlined the days that are carded for the open site at the various locations and meeting visits for candidates.
On Friday, October 20th, we would have viewing in Corinth in St. David's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Villa and Diamond on Tuesday, October 24th from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. In Boucherville, St. George, Friday, October 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. During these viewings, our team will be on hand to guide you through the units and to answer any questions you may have. There will also be 2 meetings scheduled with selected applicants as follows. For Carriacou, Friday, October 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The location is at the housing scheme at Dumfries, Carriacou. For Grenada, it will be on Friday, October 13th, and the location is at the Trade Center Annex from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Nothing is totally free. That's according to Hugh Thomas, chairman of the Housing Authority of Grenada, who stated that there is no way government will be able to provide families with free housing without a cost. Thomas, who was speaking at a recent press conference, said while social issues may affect a person's ability to build or purchase a house, it will cost government a hefty price to maintain condominium units.
Let me give you an example. Phase 1, if a hurricane passes, Housing Authority is paying insurance for every unit in Phase 1. Because if a hurricane passes, the same people who can't pay will not be able to repair their stuff. So Housing has taken out an insurance to the tune of over almost $200,000 a year. These are the real things. There's nothing really free. There are costs to everything, and somebody bears it, whether it is the taxpayer or whether it is the people who actually benefit from it most.
His comments come as the Housing Authority of Grenada commences the next stage in the distribution of the Chinese low-income houses, which were handed over in March of this year. Selected candidates will have to meet the necessary criteria to be able to obtain a loan or buy the condos in cash, criteria not likely to be met by vulnerable families who truly need homes. The chairman said government may have to consider a different approach when it comes to this special group of people.
The only other way I could answer you that is if the government build homes for people free. But even when you do so, it can't work in a condominium setting because condominium setting has maintenance and issue, a cost and issue, and we're seeing that. So I would say that going forward, if you ask me that, housing next phase of homes will see a variety of sizes of homes, like how you see in a village. Big, small, medium, so that everybody could fit in. I don't know that it's the government, and then they will look at who really can't afford or somebody is retired and sick and all of that, and they have provisions with these homes for that.
His Majesty's prison will be the new home for 2 St. David's men who pleaded guilty to rape, burglary, and robbery with violence. Violent charges earlier this year. High Court Judge Madam Justice Paula Guilford imposed sentences for the offenses at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday. Nisha Paul attended the sentence hearing and filed this report.
29-year-old Alden Joseph and 25-year-old Prince Harry were indicted on 4 counts of rape, 1 count of burglary, and 1 count of robbery with violence in April this year in connection with a shocking New Year's Day home invasion incident that left 1 man and a woman sexually violated. Jordan Marshall, Crown Counsel in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, prosecuted the matter against the 2 St. David's men. He explains the sentence that was handed down to Alden Joseph.
Alden Joseph was sentenced on the first count of burglary to 15 years and 11 months, while robbery with violence he was sentenced to 16 years and 3 months. On the other 4 counts of rape, he was sentenced to 16 years, 3 months, 16 years, 7 months, 15 years, 3 months, and 15 years, 3 months. He also committed another additional rape, and he was sentenced to 17 years and 3 months. And this is tolerant concurrent, meaning that these sentences, he will be serving them together.
He further explains the sentence handed down to Prince Harry.
As to Prince Harry, on count 1, which was burglary, he was sentenced to 16 years, 7 months. Robbery with violence, 16 years, 7 months. And the other 4 counts of rape, 16 years, 7 months, 15 years, 3 months, 14 years, 11 months, and 14 years, 11 months. And also this sentences are to run concurrent as well.
In handing down the sentence at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday, Madam Justice Paula Guilford noted the seriousness of the offenses. The court also noted the significant psychological trauma and physical harm caused to both victims.
The court gave and passed this order to send out a message of deterrence. The court, as the court has noted, most of the new matters that appear before the High Court is sexually related matters. And therefore, for retribution and deterrence, the court has passed this sentence.
According to the facts of the case, the now convicted men used a cutlass and a piece of stick to threaten and frighten the victims during the incidents, which occurred during the wee hours between December 31st, 2022 and January 1st. Harry, who was described as a landscaper of Vincent, and Joseph, a laborer of Dunmar, admitted to their roles in the incidents, allowing for the matter to proceed to the High Court via paper committal. Both Harry, who has 3 previous convictions, 1 of a similar nature, and Joseph, who has 14 prior convictions, with 4 being of a similar nature, were represented in the matter by attorney Jerry Edwin, who noted that the unfortunate events were as a result of drug and alcohol consumption. They pleaded guilty to the charges at the earliest opportunity and have been rewarded with a 1/3 discount on their sentence. The matter was among 57 sex-related cases down for adjudication on the September Assizes list. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Edmonton St. David resident Ron Simeon has pleaded guilty to the indictable offense of manslaughter in connection with the unfortunate death of his own brother approximately 3 years ago. The matter came up for arraignment at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday. More in this Nisha Paul report.
Ron Simeon was 35 years old when arrested and initially charged with the offense of non-capital murder in connection with the October 2020 death of his brother, Vaughn Francis, a 48-year-old landscaper of Pedmota, St. David. However, he pleaded guilty to the lesser offense of manslaughter when the matter came up for arraignment before High Court Judge Madam Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's
Georgia's #1 High Court on Monday. The two were reportedly involved in an altercation that resulted in the death of Francis. The body of Francis was discovered lying unresponsive at their home on the morning of October 18, 2020, in what was recorded as the 15th homicide for 2020. Simeon has retained the services of attorney Jerry Edwin to assist him in the matter, which will be scheduled for sentencing at a date to be announced pending the completion of his social inquiry and psychiatric reports. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
A 12-member jury has been impaneled as the Jamar Abraham murder trial got underway before Madam Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's #1 High Court on Monday. Jamar Abraham of Grenada Valley was indicted on a charge of non-capital murder in connection with the death of Leo Anthony in July 2019. However, Abraham, who retained the services of attorney George Prime, has pleaded not guilty to the offense of non-capital murder in the 4-year-old matter.
Prosecution, on their own volition, has decided that they would make a reduction in the original charge of non-capital murder. So that was on their own initiative. So we now have an opportunity, whether, having discussed the matter with our client, whether it is advisable to plead to manslaughter because he had pleaded not guilty to non-capital murder.
The allegation is that the young man was involved in an altercation. Attorney Prime, the prosecution, has 8 witnesses to give evidence against Abraham in the matter and has indicated his intent to reduce the charge from non-capital murder to manslaughter when the matter resumes in court on Thursday.
What happened is the uncle of this gentleman here, he and the defendant had some argument. The argument led to a quarrel. The quarrel resulted in the deceased doing certain acts, and he responding by doing also certain acts. He allegedly struck the deceased with a bottle in the temporal region, about 4 or 5 days after the actual incident at the hospital.
Having recognized the inconvenience faced by some students during the pandemic of not having access to internet service and therefore being deprived of digital learning opportunities, government has partnered with telecommunications service provider Flow to make a lack of access a thing of the past. They now introduce the JUMP program.
The JUMP program is a public-private partnership between the government of Grenada and Flow Grenada. It focuses on 3 core components: digital literacy training, providing connectivity with free devices, and offering subsidized broadband access. These components collectively aim to address the digital divide by empowering individuals with skills, ensuring access to technology, and making high-speed internet affordable. In an interview with GBN, Flow's marketing and communication executive Troy Courtney went into details about the subsidized broadband service provided through the JUMP program.
Now, in the JUMP program, like I said, we'll be providing subsidized broadband, a free device, which would be either a laptop or a tablet, and we'll also be providing free digital literacy training. The subsidized broadband is going to be at only $20 a month. So that takes a massive chunk of the cost of the customer, and that will be covered by the government and Flow.
The eligibility criteria for the JUMP program was also explained.
Currently, we're working with the government and we're taking applications to the SEED program. So anybody that you know that is on the SEED program, you can come in and you can nominate them to be a part of the JUMP program. And everybody that applies for the program must go through a vetting process, which will be vetted by the government of Grenada in order for them to be able to know if you're eligible for the JUMP program.
The long-term vision of the JUMP program in Grenada, according to Courtney, is to create a digitally inclusive society where everyone has the skills and tools to thrive in the digital age.
During the pandemic, we would have noticed that a lot of students were unable to, fully participate in school activities. And that's because they were unable to connect via the internet. Now, we want to curb that. We want to ensure that they have the tools needed to be competitive in the workforce, and we are providing them now with the means to be able to do so.
By providing digital literacy training, free devices, and affordable broadband access, the program will contribute to the country's digital advancement and inclusivity, thereby ensuring that Grenadians can actively participate in the digital economy, access educational resources, and connect with the world, ultimately driving economic and social progress. Individuals are encouraged to make referrals for family members or friends who genuinely need digital connectivity and education. This referral system not only helps identify and assist those in need, but also foster a sense of collective responsibility in ensuring equitable access to the program's benefits. Community involvement is also critical to the success of the JUMP program. Christina John, GBN News.
Grenada is renaming its observation of October as the Month of the Elderly to the Month of Older Persons. Minister with responsibility for social development, Gloria Thomas, made the announcement in an address delivered on October 1st as Grenada joined the rest of the world in recognizing International Day of Older Persons.
The change in designation to the month of older persons is in keeping with the internationally accepted reference to persons 60 years and older, says Minister with responsibility for social development, Gloria Thomas.
The Universal Declaration on Human Rights, which was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly 75 years ago, was the first document to articulate that the fundamental human rights of all persons, including older persons, must be universally protected. Today, October 1st, 2023, marks the 33rd commemoration of the United Nations International Day of Older Persons.
The month of older persons will put a spotlight on the older persons in Grenada, addressing violations on their rights and the strengthening of solidarity through equality and mutuality between generations, offering sustainable solutions. Minister Thomas outlined the activities planned for the month, which kicked off with a church service on Sunday.
Activities planned for the month of older persons begins with a church service at 8:30 a.m. on October 1st at St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, St. David's. Other activities include a wellness activity at 2 selected geriatric homes on October 9th. A consecration service for centenarians at 10 a.m. on October the 15th at the Springs Evangelical Church. 2 public forums to be held on October 18 at the St. John's Anglican Primary School and on October 23rd at the St. Paul's Community Center, and a mental health session on October 24th with geriatric caregivers.
The theme for the year 2023 is fulfilling the promise of Universal Declaration of Human Rights of Older Persons across generations.
Therefore, in recognition of this achievement and acknowledging that there is a need to ensure that human rights and freedoms of all persons are realized, the theme, fulfilling the promise of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for older persons across generations, was chosen by the United Nations for the 2023 observance of International Day of Older Persons.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Clive Anthony Lewis is a British Labour politician who has been the Member of Parliament for Norwich South since 2015. Earlier this year, he called on the UK to enter negotiations with Caribbean leaders on paying reparations for Britain's role in slavery, following the historic apology from the wealthy Trevelyan family. He sat down with my colleague Nisha Paul to discuss the issue of reparatory justice and the growing concern of the climate change phenomenon. Here she is now.
British-born Clive Lewis has deep roots in the Guave St. John community, where his father still resides to this day.
How could I not be supportive of reparations? My dad has always told me of the poverty of the Caribbean. I've seen it myself. I've seen it here in Grenada. The struggles that people have, the unemployment rate, the lack of infrastructure, the vulnerability to an increased number of hurricanes which incidentally are happening because of the climate change, the increasing temperatures, which again are happening because of industrialization in those Western countries. Industrialization that was paid for off the backs of the enslaved here in Grenada. You couldn't make it up, really, and that's my kind of take on it.
He has teamed up with Laura Trevelyan, who joined CARICOM's fight for reparatory justice after learning of her family's ownership of over 1,000 slaves across 10 estates in Grenada during the transatlantic slave trade. In February, Laura rallied several members of her wealthy aristocratic British family to visit the island to personally apologize.
When I saw that, I knew that was an opportunity for me to stand up in Parliament and tell the British government, the Conservative government, that if a family can stand up and apologize for slavery, the time of barbarity, as it's been called, then so could the British government. And from that moment, I embarked on a journey. I met the Trevelyan family, I met Laura, and since then we've been working together.
The two visited the island last week in their quest to gather information to create a 6-episode, 30 to 40-minute podcast shedding light on the history of slavery, reparatory justice, and its direct link to climate change.
The current affairs, the kind of political issues of the day here in the Caribbean. We found out about the fact that the climate crisis and reparatory justice are different sides of the same coin. And we're finding out from people about the impact it's having on people's lives here. Because back in the UK, a lot of people, when they think about the Caribbean, they think about palm trees and lovely seas and beaches, and they don't know the history of exploitation and the way that exploitation continues to this day. So it's our hope that this podcast will tell that story and hopefully find new ways of being able to make the case for reparations for the Caribbean.
Okay, so then the initiative is being funded by a combination of organizations, including the University of the West Indies. In February, Laura Trevelyan pledged to donate more than £100,000 to education projects as compensation for her ancestors' involvement in what is considered one of the greatest crimes against humanity. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Out of the mouths of babes, children deliver tonight's message in observance of Child Month in the GBN ISOL lens.
As the annual observance of Child Month gets underway in Grenada, 2 primary school students, Emily Thomas and Gabriella Dragon, are featured in tonight's ISOL, sharing some important messages.
It is October. We are celebrating Child Month. Let's talk about the rights of a child. Children have the right to health, education, family life, and play. Every child is a gift from God. Every child matters. Happy Child Month.
Child Month 2023 is being observed under the theme, Every Child Matters, See Me, Value Me. While the established color for Child Month is burnt orange, as Grenada prepares to celebrate its Golden Jubilee 50th anniversary of independence, the national colors will be featured for this year's celebration. Therefore, the t-shirts will be red with green and gold text. We thank our citizen journalists for those submissions. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
We've got got 101 reasons for you to shop at Courts now. Get up to 35% off selected items store-wide. Save on select lounge sets, fridges, stoves, washers, mattresses, smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and make your first payment in 90 days. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. So there's 101 reasons to shop at Courts. Courts, bringing value home. Promotion runs from September 25 to October 23, 2023. Conditions apply.
All right, it's 16 minutes gone past the 8 o'clock, and it's time to say welcome to the conversation this morning. And I'm going to start off with this. Someone sent me something here. I'm going to read that, all right? And it says, and I think this is what I want to hear from you on this. Good morning. I would like you to please make the issue of payment owing to nutmeg farmers by the GCNA a conversation on your program. For years, the Nutmeg Association is owing poor farmers who are vulnerable. What they pay at the pool is an advancement of $3 per pound. I would like the PM and the Minister of Agriculture to look into the injustice at the Nutmeg Association so that they pay out nutmeg farmers what is owing before Christmas. Farmers, is that the case? Could the farmers call me and tell me what's going on here? Is the Nutmeg Association owing you? 435-2041, 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. That is the time, and that is the number that you can call. Not 8, Mr. Innocent, is 7. Check your clock. All right, 18 minutes after 7. That is the time. Thank you, Mildred. Let's head straight to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Innocent, and morning to listeners and to viewers. I was going to tell you also that it's not 8 o'clock, it's after 7, so good luck pushing cost. But there was also another mistake, also error this morning in the weather. We don't have an inch of or even a millimeter of rain for October yet, but it says the report says it remains at 64. I think this is from September, so you need to check that. Anyway, it's interesting how we do things in this place. A big news last night, and that was repeated throughout the night on the BBC. Not that I many follow the BBC. Only listen to the BBC like when I follow up from the on the headline. I leave the radio on. Anyway, the UN Security Council voted to authorize the sending of, they say, an international peacekeeping or law enforcing regime to Haiti under the leadership of Kenya. And some of the very thing I raised yesterday came up throughout the night on different sides. People raising the same issue of people, for instance, when the UN peacekeeping went to Haiti between 2004 to 2017, they lived behind all kinds of difficulties, including women without children without fathers, the cholera that affected over 10,000 people and that kind of thing. The fact that the Kenyan police is accused of human rights violation, the issue of the language. I mean, the Kenyans are mainly English-speaking folks from an international point of view, where the Haitians say French or Creole. I mean, more people in Haiti speak Creole than French. So you have these kind of difficulties, and I would have thought that especially as Haiti is part of CARICOM, which we don't seem to really recognize, we would have tried to highlight whether we have regardless of which, how we perceive it, whether we perceive it as a good or a negative, we should have highlighted that because that's going to affect our relations with Haiti going forward. So, I mean, it's sad that how we do things, and we have to probably wait on instructions from other people what to give in and what to not to issue. Finally, I know people will be backing at me by now. In terms of climate, I think we need to be serious. Most of us, including leaders, are not serious because in the end, business decides how the world goes. Capitalism. And I hope that we could have a more extensive conversation on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. 435-2041. That's the number. It's 21 minutes after 7. Okay, caller, please give the farmers a chance to call. Farmers, call me and tell me, what is it, especially the nutmeg farmers? Is this statement here from that person who I think is a farmer? For years, the Nutmeg Association is owing poor farmers who are vulnerable. Is that the case? Someone from the GCNA? Is that the case? So it is said that what is paid to the farmers at the receiving point is an advancement of the $3 that you're supposed to get. So in essence, all right, good. Camilla Antoine says, I am living 69 years now. How come it's only these last years now? Every time rain is to come, it's a depression or a storm, even a hurricane. Climate change, lady.
Good morning, Innocent.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you this morning?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Okay. I would like to say good morning to all the women of Grenada, Calico, and Peter Magnet. May God bless them and keep them. And I would like to throw this. The scope in the hospital is not working. About
the what?
2 years now. The scope.
The scope.
Put the camera down in you. It's not working. About 2 years now. So please, I want the Ministry of Health to look into it because we the elderly need to do our tests.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, caller. 435-2041. That's the number to call. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Greetings.
Greetings, citizen.
Here comes the obnoxious individual again to challenge those who feel people like me have no voice in this here country. But let's go to the point, Mr. Joseph. Only Friday, a couple of quote-unquote elderly or quote-unquote older people called in, and I backed them up at a moment, on the difficulties that they have in circulating within the tongue of St. George. Their rights to accessibility and their mobility are being and have been violated for years. The government of Grenada has done nothing, continues to do nothing. In addition, there are elderly people in this here country who die, including those with people with disabilities. Recording a United Nations World Health Organization document in 2016. People die in their homes in Grenada for lack of medical care. Violation of the rights of the older people stroke elderly people. Yes. How many of us know that? You go to the doctor in an emergency situation in this here country, they look at you and they give you an outpatient appointment for 4 months to see a specialist. 4 months and sometimes more. Violation of the rights of the older stroke elderly people. Yesterday or Monday, Sunday, we heard the so-called minister giving a speech, reading out something it seems that somebody wrote for her. But anyway, the point is this. I'm happy that they have recognized there is a United Nations Convention on the Rights of Older People of this world. And what we like to see is less talk, less blah, 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 more action. Results are what we want in this here country. Stop bluffing the people and do things to justify your salaries. Respect the rights of all the people in this here country. Done with colonialism, because the elder and all the people of this country don't have to be victims. That when you all sit there high and mighty in your ivory towers, the poor people of this country catch their royal ass. It is time to correct that. Thank you very much, and have a nice day, William.
Thank you, citizen. Have a good one yourself. It's 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Someone raised a point here. Although I really would like to hear that, I really like us to talk about, on nutmeg farmers. The issue with back pay, it's been quite a while that I haven't heard about it, I would love to hear. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to get our senator responsible for farmers, Honorable Roderick Sincere. I'll try to get him next week to come in and talk with us. But someone says here, good morning, Innocent. There is something that's bothering me. There is an 11-year-old child that is pregnant in Thebaid in St. David. Shamefully, the name of the grandfather, uncle, and other family members are saying to be responsible. I hope and pray that those responsible for this child's dilemma will be held responsible and accountable. Wow. Okay, let's go to the telephone line. Okay, we lost that caller. This is... Okay, good morning. I thought the subject matter was on the nutmeg farmers. Why are you allowing people to call in and straying from the topic? Whereas I do understand, but when someone calls, as much as I would want them to talk, I don't have control over their mouth, and by the time they get into the conversation. But nonetheless, good morning, caller.
Well, one is calling. Good morning to you. How you doing?
I am good. Call Chairman, what's up?
Well, I don't hear any farmers name at all mouth, but it was other things they could have called, and farmers will call, get to, because Mr. Innocent, he have a lot of people who listen to your program and different program, and they just, even yesterday, one was telling me, no, I'm not educated as you and others, but I'm a farmer, I'm a landman, I have my common sense, and I should see and I could hear all what's going on and see all what's going on. Yesterday, a farmer met me. She said, "Come to my use his personal loan. What was called and talk on the behalf of the farmers and them." Now, if my grandfather and them, and my deceased uncle and them, they put themselves in the union only, that was not going to happen with we farmers and them, especially the cocoa and the nutmeg farmers. So I speak to someone that they told me that the chairman is not business with this back pay or whatever. Now, I mean, that he's not business with that. He's not about that. But as I said the last time on your program and on other program, the same way they should say, Mr. Keto, don't do nothing for the farmers, and you don't help any farmers get something, because it's that you decided for. So I want to see now this new chairman now is on the nutmeg and on the cocoa board. I hope that he's do something and look out for the farmers, because St. Patrick's are the most nutmeg. St. Patrick's and maybe Cloutier, and he is a farmer for himself, and he is a nutmeg planter and a nutmeg grower. So, Mr. Chairman, please try to give us something. Also, Mr. Chairman, the cocoa board now, $1.85 a pound. $1.85 a pound. This is not right. Farmers have to get together and let me say and try to do something and say that if we could get something. Some of them from other them say that I hear it with my ears. Okay,
Cultureman, let me ask you a question. Do you sell nutmegs?
Yes, Mr. Innocent. I sell cocoa, nutmeg.
All right. And someone made a comment here that said, when you go to the nutmeg, how we call it, the pool, all right, yes, what they give you is an advancement, or in essence, part payment of the real amount, and at the end of the year you're supposed to get the rest of that money. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Innocent, because you cannot go and sell half pound or quarter pound. If you go and sell like 25 pounds and a half, the half is going for them. So if 100 farmers or 50 farmers go in the day or in one day time or in the whole week. Check it by this quarter pound or this half pound. Check it how much that they getting back for themselves. Where is going? This is going to the Nutmeg Association, because my deceased uncle them, before they get to whatever, my deceased uncle will sit down and chat with me, and he will tell me, although he to work on the cocoa board and whatever, he to give me a little story of the cocoa board and the other board.
Right.
We have to get
So let me ask. Listen to this, right? Someone. This is a statement someone made. For years, the Nutmeg Association is owing poor farmers who are vulnerable. What they hold on, listen. What they pay at the pool is an advancement of $3 per pound. Now, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Innocent.
Okay.
Because when the former Prime Minister, Mr. Tillman Thomas was here, farmers were so happy. Who never see this, whatever was on the check. That was one of the best Christmas seasons. I think it was 2000 or whatever, 14 or something. Farmers enjoy a good Christmas because Mr. Tillman Thomas, they put it 2 and make it 5. But soon as the farmer, Prime Minister, Mr. King Mitchell, whatever, they take off the 2 and they have it for themselves. This is not right. Residents, all kind of things, but and I don't care what people say when they meet me, because Mr. Innocent a lot does bash me, but doesn't bother with them because they have nothing to do, they have nothing to say, they haven't got a piece of land, they haven't planted nothing.
Okay. All right, Culture Man. All right.
I want to say good morning to the cocoa farmers and the nutmeg farmers and to all my friends and them who was giving me advice, and also good morning to the Prime Minister and his hard working team.
Okay, thank you, Culture Man. Have a good day, yeah?
Yeah, you too.
All right, blessings. Good. Folks, it's 28 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Introducing the NIS Dream Loan, where possibilities are boundless and your aspirations are our priority. No matter where life takes you, NIS Dream Loans are here to make your dreams a reality. From purchasing your first plot of land or dream property to renovating spaces, building your home, and seamlessly switching mortgages, we cater to every step of your journey. And here's what sets us apart. We offer easy financing options with competitive interest rates, quick approval processes, and flexible repayment terms. So why wait? Apply now and let our dedicated NIS team guide you through this exciting journey. Visit nisgrenada.org/dream loan or call 440-3309 to book an appointment. Terms and conditions apply. Your dream awaits.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
All right, it's 25 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Welcome back, viewers and listeners. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning to you, Innocent.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Not bad at all. I joined midstream, so I'm not privy to what was discussed earlier on. But I heard of the part of the advance.
Yeah, the nutmeg farmers.
Yes, and well, I'm a child of nutmeg. I grew up,
okay,
harvesting and rodding and planting and sweeping on the nutmeg trees and all the like. The advance. You see, GCNA is a cooperative, and when they purchase from farmers, they don't have any immediate use for the produce. They're not taking it to make into some condiment or something like that. All they do with the nutmeg is they purchase from the farmers and they wait to sell it, to export it. So at that point in time, when they purchase from the farmer, they don't even know what price they'll get for it, or if they'll ever even be able to sell it. So that's why it is an advance. They are taking it from the farmer, hoping to be able to sell it, and hopefully at a higher price, which sometimes doesn't happen. I mean, we know of thousands of tons of nutmeg that rot sometimes.
That's unfortunate, That's really unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, because if even they didn't get an export market for it, there should be something we can do with it locally, that it shouldn't have to rot. Now, after they have sold it, assuming they get sale, then now they are able to determine, after they've covered their overhead expenses, if they have made a profit above the $5 or the $3 advance that they gave to the farmers. Sometimes they don't. So that advance ends up being the final price. If they made more, then that's where we have the back pay. And that's the reason why sometimes there is back pay, sometimes there is no back pay, depending on the export market condition and the price they were able to obtain in those markets. So the person is correct, yes, you get an advance, but there is no guarantee that there'll be something else coming. It all depends on what happens between the time that you sell it to the GCNA and the time at the end of that financial year. I hope I explain it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the running, but I like to stay back and let the people, go through it. But it's unfortunate in the sense that, I mean, a commodity as important, as useful as nutmeg, it's sad to hear that in this day and age that we're having hundreds of thousands of tons of nutmeg going to spoilage.
Yes, it's unfortunate, and I think it's an indictment on the GCNA over the years, not just in the recent past, but over the generations, when nutmeg was king, and they could have done a lot more, and they could have had more investments, and they could have brought more benefits to the farmers.
Don't you think that one of the things government should be looking at is to seek external sources to come in and maybe train our people and assist in the startup of industries that can utilize more of our raw products than sending them out?
Well, this is what should be happening almost in every other aspect of agriculture. Because don't forget, we're no longer the king of nutmegs. The competition is out there.
Yeah.
And there was a time when between Grenada and Indonesia, we could more or less call the shots. We come together as a cartel with set prices. We're not in that position anymore.
Yeah.
So we are now a small fry.
Yeah,
so
because
we take whatever the market.
India is giving us a whole lot of competition.
Yeah, even Jamaica and other countries in the Caribbean are growing nutmegs now.
Yeah.
So we are not in that position anymore. So we've missed that boat. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, but it is difficult, and I empathize with the farmers.
Yeah.
But the whole matter of paying in advance and them owing you money, it is not a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
It may, as well as it may not happen.
As some of the folks say nowadays, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Have a good day, bro.
Same to you.
Thank you very much. God bless.
The nutmeg farmers, I wish them all the best.
Yes, okay, good.
I grew up on back pay at the end of the year, but it doesn't happen now anymore.
Yeah, I remember as a little boy, 6 and 7 years old, on a Saturday morning, driving up to the mountains in Closure with Uncle Isaac to deal with the nutmegs and the banana, but, nonetheless, have a good day, bro.
Same to you.
God bless. Good. All right. 435-2041. I do hope that Culture Man got that message there, how it is done. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Not too bad. I would like somebody to tell us who marketing our nutmeg and where it is being stored, if it is in Grenada or overseas. I remember one time the Canadians sent people down here to plant the nutmeg. I believe it's after during Mr. Tillman Thomas reign. Came down to plant the nutmeg. So I would like somebody to find out tell us where our nutmeg is being stored and who marketing with nutmeg. If it is in Grenada or somewhere else. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, caller. 19 minutes on to 8 o'clock. 435-2041. Yes, same with you, my dear. I really don't like how they want to treat their own citizens of the countries, and the nasty attitude is to make a drama with you instead of saying, let's go to a corner and talk about what had happened. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Innocent. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
I'm blessed and highly favored with a lot of big time and celery and onion and garlic.
Zeba pick too?
Well seasoned. No, Zeba pick about drink it. I won't season it.
All right. Okay.
You think I'm stupid? A farmer explained something for me. They say the produce supposed to be $5 a pound, but they give you $3 and they hold back this $2. Based on what I hear Mr. Bernard explain, that could be true. But why hold back the $2? If you're not sure and making profit, so you could give them back the $2 at the ending of the year. Give them the $5. Let them do what they want with the $2. You don't find that the best? So to me, they owe the farmers and they should pay them because they're keeping back this $2, hoping that end of year they give them back the $2 on every pound, but the farmers not receiving it and they taking it out. So that is what some farmers have problem with.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, my boy.
All right. Love you. Bye-bye. All right. My good bro, Arthur Langain come out in a farming area. He said, caller, I don't think you are quite correct. When I was growing up, there was never a year when there wasn't a back pay. Not until the NNP came into office. Okay. Good morning, caller.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I hear you all talk about back pay. I used to go and sell nutmeg and grinders and number 1 miss and number 2 miss in the pool in Victoria.
Yes.
We used to get an advance price. And when the end of November, December come around, we used to get a bonus. That is what they used to use.
Yeah, bonus.
Yeah. When you have nutmeg bonus pay, all hell break loose in Victoria.
I remember a year D-Gale and Rudy Walker and all of them in Grenville ham sell out when farmers get a bonus.
Yeah. As a matter when I worked at the Royal Bank of Canada in Grenville, a big estate owner, he got his bonus and he came into the bank and they had to send some money to Royal Bank of Canada, 6 Rothbury, London, England. And the accountant then, he was not a Grenadian, he got caught up with the time, the 4 hour difference in the time, and he sent it out late. The landowner lost £25,000 or $25,000 thereabout due to the fluctuation in the rate for the sterling versus the EC dollar then on the world market.
That is a lot.
And that was one of the first year Royal Bank of Canada, Grenville didn't make a profit because that money that they lost, they had to pay the man that, and that was a profit for the year.
Right.
Right, but like I tell you, I knew it as a bonus. You get your advance price, and then you get a bonus. And then once upon a time too, it was alleged that an administration wanted to raid the coffers of the GCNA to take the money out of the GCNA, and they paid, literally cleaned out the amount of money that they had, and they paid it in bonus. That was one of the biggest bonus ever paid. And then afterwards, the bonus started dwindling.
What year was that?
I can't remember the year. Let me see. Were I working at the bank? That would have been in the 70s.
Okay.
In the late 60s, early 70s. But he wanted to take the money out of that. But you have a lot of nice little nutmeg stories. But Innocent, you ever heard some son or daughter of a nutmeg farmer got a scholarship to study agriculture, accounting? You ever heard that?
I've never heard that.
I always wonder why there wasn't an annual GCNA scholarship to send the son of, even though he's not overseas, but even up till now, well, I don't know if they have the money up till now, but give a scholarship to the son of a farmer. Anyway, that just me thinking.
Yeah, I like that trend of thought.
And lastly, I got onto the tail end of the program yesterday because I was so elated with the captain of the women's team.
Oh my goodness!
132. So I didn't get a chance to listen yesterday.
I was dabbling between the program and the score, man.
But you must drop the score every now and then, man. Haley shows at our best bet.
Oh, well, I was doing that.
Well, that was I don't think I'd tune on to you. By the time I hit you, I heard a lady suggesting that we pray for Haiti.
Yeah, all right.
And I'd like to support her 100%.
Yeah, that's my good friend.
We need to pray for Haiti.
Yes.
But in our prayers, we must pray that the United States of America return the millions of dollars in gold that 8 soldiers took out from the National Bank of Haiti, and it ended up in a bank in the United States.
Wow.
We must pray for that.
Okay.
We must also pray that the $20 billion or so France charged Haiti. You know, we boy beat them up in Haiti, eh?
Yes.
And he was president. Who's your boy?
Not Chris. Who are you talking about? Christophe?
Henri Christophe.
Yeah, Christophe, man.
On the estate in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Some people tell me just below here where I stand up here, you know.
Yeah.
In La Poterie area.
Yeah.
And then he brought a lot of mangoes that are grown in Haiti now came from Grenada. And by the way, his birthday is Friday, the 6th of October. He was born the 6th of October,
right.
1797. So we must pray that Haiti get the money that France took. The Haitians had to pay France what was about $30 billion over a period of 121 years. How could a country survive when you do them? And we must also pray that there never was and there never will be what you call them, zombie in Haiti. Because the Haitians or African brothers and sisters who came to Haiti through the Middle Passage, they came with something, some knowledge, scientific knowledge that they can extract from, most likely, I think, is the puffish. There is a chemical in the puffish that they extract from that. And that chemical, once you ingest it or they inject it in you, it brings down your heart beat very, very low, and also your consumption of oxygen.
Listen to me. You look.
So you're going at sort of comatose.
Did you see that movie? Did you see that movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow?
No, I didn't see the movie. But what I'm quoting you from here came from 60 Minutes, that program where they dispel the myth of zombies in Haiti
and voodoo.
Yeah, well, I mean, voodoo is the religion.
Yeah.
It's a religion, and they worship the different deities and whatnot. That is what they know and whatnot. But let me tell you that chemical, they use it when they realize what was going on. The Americans use it in open heart surgery, because when they inject it in your heart or by your heart or wherever they put it, your heart hardly beats. It uses very little blood, so it open heart surgery very clean.
Yeah.
So we should pray that the people, Big Pharma, who is making millions or whatever, they synthesize it now.
Yes.
That they pay some sort of, how you call that thing again? Not warranty. Like when you record that, copyright.
Copyright, yes, copyright. Yeah, they didn't copyright
they pay Haiti. And if Haiti get that money, I mean, Haiti gonna...
They're going to
He's going to move. He's going to boom. Haiti going to start booming. And lastly, we must also pray for the people spreading the myth about zombie. And one noted political commentator said a couple of years ago, tell the children, don't take the school back from the NNP, putting OBI in it. We must dispel that myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we praying, we must pray for that. And use a big word the other day. I think I look at discernment.
Yes.
Yeah, that we get the discernment.
Yeah, the spirit
and
of discernment.
And let us see Haiti in what it is. You cannot survive after they rape you of all your money. And even after they control, Haiti has gold, Haiti has oil, but the Haitians don't control it.
Let me tell you this. I will get that movie for you. I have it somewhere home. The Serpent and the Rainbow. It encompasses all that you just said.
Well, thank you very much.
The Serpent and the Rainbow.
You should have talked about it. So anyway, the Serpent and the Rainbow, just send the name and the year for me. I could pick it up and look at it.
Pick it up, the Serpent and the Rainbow.
But I'm not big on movies, but also in the thing on what's its name? That episode with 60 Minutes where they talk about the myth of the zombie in Haiti. The other guy they interviewed and he had a scar running down, I think his left cheek. He said while he was in the coffin, he turned around and a nail was coming through there.
Yep.
And the nail take him on the left cheek.
All right.
But the joke about it, the last story in 60 Minutes, well, before they had a nice old man that was come and talk about in the end of 60 Minutes, the last story showed a notable, I wouldn't call name, TV, what you call them, a TV evangelist.
Yes.
He was reading letters he get from people asking for prayers, etc., etc. Those letters that came with money, he blessed them like, the Roman Catholic bishop does, he walking down the island, he blessing people, making the sign of the cross in the air, as we Catholics say. Those letters with money, he blessed them, and those envelopes that didn't have money, he caused them and he threw them in a dustbin.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.
Folks, it's 8 minutes. It's just done 7 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a final commercial break and then we come back with the wrap. Don't you go anywhere.
My name is Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Feed Grenada tours, taxi and rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
All right, welcome to the final 4 minutes of the program for this morning, and let's go straight to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Mr. Innocent.
Hi, welcome.
Mr. Innocent. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Please give me a little chance. I know why. Recently, as yesterday afternoon, I called and I made some true statement on Mr. Ferguson's program. In fact, he even commended me. Someone called when I make the statement and said, that man usually call your station. And Alwatibal, I tell them that. I did tell government that. I did tell this man that. And you know what he said? What I say is lie. Imagine that. I want to say that that person is out of place. They are self-braggarts. Please forgive me, because maybe that's the only way he might put himself in a little shell. He brags himself every day, every card that he calls. He seems to be an Indian from his accent or his tone of voice.
Listen,
some people must know when to attack people. I don't usually attack anybody. I may say things between the lines. But he called. He doesn't even know me. And people are brad. I don't even know them. They're pointing. Look the man, look the man. People have the good works doing carnival. I just tapped in St. George's and everybody wants.
Caller.
That's the man. No, I'm not bragging myself.
Caller.
Yes.
I mean,
I listen to you.
Come on, man. You know
I know this is not the time for that.
Right, so if you know it's not the time for it, why are you doing it?
One in. If you don't have nothing to say or good on somebody, and every day the person call, you know the man.
Okay.
You can't say, I tell government that, I tell this that.
Okay,
I could attack him. When I say attack, I don't mean fight, you know.
Okay, caller. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Major in the minors. Going back in our final minute, caller, stop it. People have their own opinions, and that's correct. Listen, I like this suggestion made by a previous caller. I would love to see some scholarships being awarded to farmers' children. Yes, send the farmers' children, those who are interested, those who are so inclined, that send them out and study to come back and do some agro-processing. Let us make our own stuff. Use, add value to our local products. As a matter of fact, on that note, we end the program this morning. That's it. Alison Cox Asplan, I wish some people knew what they want to talk about. I think that they should continue to pray for Grenada instead of focusing on Haiti. We have to pray for everybody. Innocent, what's wrong with some of your callers? Well, I don't know. I would love to believe that when you have an opportunity to call into a program, as my late uncle Cosmos Joseph said, people do need an avenue to let off steam. And if you are given an opportunity to voice something that is, in your opinion, is deemed important and needs attention or needs to be known, I mean, I would like to think that when you get the opportunity, you plan what you want to say, and talk something meaningful. I'm not saying that, you don't talk meaningful things, but, some of the things that come up, it's in my opinion, some of them are not necessarily things that I want to know. Somebody says something about you, the person know you, you know the person. All you meet up in town and say, listen, don't say these things. But I mean, this is the world is now a global village. So this washing this kind of leanings in public to me is unseasoned, But nonetheless, we all don't think the same, So I do appreciate your contributions to the program. I am just hopeful that we would make a better use of an opportunity like this. There are some places in the world that people can't get to talk on air. You are given an opportunity, make it count, not with trivial, microscopic things, talk something. We're talking about farmers this morning and what they used to be as a bonus or back pay and But nonetheless, folks, I love you. Thank you very much for being a part of the program. If the good Lord spare our lives, we'll have another one tomorrow. That's it for now. Mwah. Bye-bye.